Hi, Sean Huxter here. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me. Tonight we're going to take on a Zuru's Smashers Dino Ice Age mini surprise. Now we've done these before, and we've ended up with some really cool ones. Like we ended up with our Pachycephalosaurus, sorry. We ended up with our Tyrannosaurus, and my favorite, which is the Sabertooth Cat. I absolutely adore this guy. I love his expression. I love his attitude. I love everything about him. And this came from the series Dino Ice Age mini surprises with over 10 surprises inside. Includes a Dino Ice Age mini surprise egg. That's this. One mini smash egg with a surprise character, an instruction sheet, a collector's guide, a mix and match dino smasher, a stretchy snow, a crystal slime, a frozen slime, and one dino sticker. This one has a kind of a turquoise claw. And that's important because all of these have a different colored claw, and the claws indicate what's inside. The blue claw had, I think, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, but there are two blue claws. One is a Tyrannosaurus, but one is also a skeletal Tyrannosaurus, which I don't have. The kind of more tan claw had the saber cat, and the green claw had the Pachycephalosaurus. So this one I know is a different one. I also have another one on its way, which is an orange one. So we'll deal with that one when it gets here. But for now, we're going to do the turquoise one. And so let's see. What do we have? We end up with new roarsome dino surprises inside. Break the ice with the new Dino Ice Age mini surprise. Rip, claw, and tear. Through all new compounds like stretchy snow to find out what's inside. Mix and match up to 6 different dino characters to create your own frozen creations. Because all of these pieces are mix and match. You can take a leg and put it on different ones, or heads or tails, move them around. I haven't done that. So what do we have? We have freeze, slime, stretch, build, mix and match. And we find the zipper and see if this works. In the past, you know this hasn't always worked. Let me zoom back out a little for context. I really am not confident this is going to work. I've actually kind of already cut through it. So let's figure out if this is going to work. I really don't think it will. I've already kind of ruined it a little bit. Let's see if it works. Oh, no. Of course it's not. So we'll just open it up. Handy knife makes work easy. All right. How do we open this? I like to pop these, and inside everything is within a bag. The last time I opened one of these, had been completely mangled by somebody at a TJ Maxx, and I bought it at a really good discount. But even though the exterior was mangled, the interior was still captured inside its bag and absolutely was intact. So we got everything we were supposed to get. I'm going to place the egg to the side for placing things in. And we do have our little guides and stuff, but I'm not going to show you what that is because there's a spoiler there. Of the 2 sheets we get, one is the Smashers Collector's Guide, which shows all of the possible Smashers minifigs you can get. And boy, there are a lot of them. What you should note, though, is that almost every one is a variant. So you have like three versions of the tiger, but it's the same sculpt, it's just colored differently. 3 versions of the fox, 3 versions of the brontosaur. So while it looks like there's a heck of a lot of them, and also sometimes you might get the rare frozen dino, and I did get the frozen moose once, which is a flock version of the moose. So, well, maybe we'll get one tonight. Who knows? I got one before. So anyway, there's a lot of these. And on the back, it shows how to reconstitute or reconstruct one of the Smashers eggs using, well, in this case, they don't provide a cup for you. You have to find one. But if you bought any of the other Smasher stuff, a lot of them do come with the reconstitution cup for you. And the instructions allow you to rebuild your egg and smash them over and over again. Because, honestly, the most fun of these is the smashing of these eggs. So, onward. We have our bag, and we're going to tear it open. Somewhere along here, there's a little place that says, yes, here we go. Cut with scissors. We don't have scissors. So one of the things we end up with is this, and it's a spoiler. I won't show you the spoiler. This is the frozen slime, which is which is actually one of my favorite slimes. This is a really good slime, unlike some of the others. There have been like 3 or 4 really excellent slimes, but about like 8 that are awful. This one I'm not going to spoil it because it's visible what's in there. Oh, no spoilers. And inside also we have a bag, and we have a bag, and we have a smasher's egg. Honestly, one of the funnest things ever. The engineering on those eggs blows my mind. So to avoid spoilers, I'm going to start with the stretchy snow because I know what's in here, and we're going to save that till last. And I'm not going to show you the guide until we get there. So open up the stretchy slime. Arrgh. These bags are really gummy, by the way. They're really hard to open, but that's worth it. You can also use the bags with their zip ties to store the substance within. But first you got to open the thing. I just spent 2 minutes trying to tear this apart. No luck. I'm going to keep trying. Oh, finally. Oh, that was an effort. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to zoom in now to make a little room for construction and showing what's in here. This is the stretchy snow. Again, I mean, I don't know what snow is blue in your mind, but definitely not in my mind. I'm from Canada. I see snow. Snow's not blue. So what do we have inside? We have a tail. Oh, we got a club tail. That's a clue if you don't know. There's a front foot, a rear foot, a front foot, and a rear foot. And the rest is this blue, supposedly stretchy snow. Now this is really just kind of a kinetic sand of some kind. And I think you can smash it all together. And I think the goal is when you get it together, you can pull on it and it's supposed to stretch. I mean, yeah, that's kind of stretchy, right? But I mean, snow it isn't. Snow you'd think would be white. So let's pack this up, put it back in its bag, and move on to the next step. And the next step is to open the crystal slime. Now, from my recollection on this series, this is really a good slime. Like, I'm really fond of this one. So let's open it up and see if I'm correct and that this is the right one. I believe it is. I hope the bag is easier to open than the stretchy snow. Yeah, it is. Good. Thank you. And let's just pour it out and see what happens. Let's get rid of our snow here. Come on, let's pull. And we get this little bit. Oh yeah, so yeah, comes out pretty easily. This is slime, as I said in the past, obeys orders. But here's the thing about these. They do not put the bodies of this particular series in plastic bags like they do with some of the other series. So a lot of the slime gets inside the body. And like it oozes within these holes over time. And it becomes next to impossible to clear out. So I'm going to try to make sure that the body is empty before I start applying limbs and stuff. But that's going to take a while. So we're going to pause and I'll get back to you when we're done. So I got about 90% of it out, but there's still bits in there, you can tell, and they're not coming out. I mean, I tried. It took me about 10 minutes. Look, see, it's like pull even just a little bit here. I can still pull some of this, and that'll want to come out if I can grab it, but it can't grab it. And the slime won't grab itself. So we're going to leave that in there, and it's fine. But this slime, by the way, is like one of the nicest. It is not the nicest. The nicest I've seen so far is in the Robo-Alive DNA dinosaurs, the green tubes. Oh, those are amazing. That's the slime that I could play with forever. But this is a really nice slime. So we're going to keep this one. We're going to put this in its bag and put it aside. Leading us with the last step, which is the spoiler, is the frozen slime, which is kind of like I always, spoiler, I always call this the blue raspberry gelatin. It's interesting. It's not really a slime as such. But and you really can't open this without scissors or a knife, so I'm going to cut through here and carefully, without cutting myself, slice through around here and pull up. Be careful when you do this, by the way. Pull up this, and this is like a block of gelatin rather than a slime itself. So I don't know quite what they think when they're saying it's a slime. It's really just like a block of gelatin. So as you can see, here's a head, and we're now going to pull it apart and just tear the head out. Comes out really nice and clean. No problems there. And so we have the head of an Ankylosaurus. Oh, a little bit of slime there. And this is really like a tearing gel. You can tear this apart in pieces. It comes apart in chunks and sections. We're just going to put it back in its case. It's not going to fit exactly right unless I decide to figure out the orientation of it all, but that's okay. As I mentioned earlier, these are the ones you can get. We have this guy, and we have this guy, And we have this guy. We have this guy. Do we have this guy? No, we don't have this guy. Okay, so this is the one that's left once we're done. Because I don't really care about the skeletal T-Rex. I do have this one, and this one. And now I have this one. So this is the Ankylosaurus, which is, of course, a take on the Ankylosaurus. Let's put them together, shall we? Oh, and on the back, the instructions on how to put them together. Pretty straightforward. We're not going to have any difficulties here. So we take the body like so, pop the head on. And these are mix and match, by the way, so you can pop any head on this body if you like, although you know. The tail goes on right here. And the tail, again, is interchangeable with any of the other tails. Then you got a rear leg. And another rear leg. Yeah, keep those flat. And then foreleg. And rear leg. And we have our Ankylosaurus. Oops, head. Oops, leg. These sometimes snap on well and sometimes they don't. So you kind of got to like screw them on nicely and then you can place your figure. And he looks very angry, I have to say. If you compare him to this graphic, why would he be angry? Because there's a spear in his back. But guess what? There's no spear in his back. If you look, there's a spear in his back here. And on the other side, it shows a spear in his back there. But there's no spear in the back. However, in a previous one where we did the skeletal T-Rex, a tiny one, it did have a spear in its back. So maybe they just decided they didn't want to do that with this one. But there's our very angry Ankylosaurus. And you can tell he's very angry. So he belongs in the series with our saber cat and our ice T-Rex and our Pachycephalosaurus. And I do have the orange one incoming, which I believe is the Triceratops. And the only one left would be the skeletal T-Rex, which I don't really care for. So the last thing we're going to do tonight is we have a Smasher's egg to discover. And I do love the Smasher's eggs. After doing all of these, I think one of the highlights of the evening is when I can put everything aside and smash the eggs that come in with the sets. So let's pull back a little, give ourselves a little smashing room, and move our characters back. And grab our Smasher's egg, and let's smash. Now, normally I do this thing where I drop it 6 inches up, then 8 inches if it doesn't smash. But you know what? Tonight, we're just going to smash it. So what did we end up with? Oh, we ended up with a translucent blue egg with an eye coming out of it. I think I've seen this one before, but I do kind of like it. It is the Ice Age theme with the snowy, icy kind of theme. I love blue translucent figures, minifigs. I do love them. And this one is no exception. I kind of like this guy. So, that is it for the evening. This has been Sean Huckster. Welcome to Magical Little Worlds, and we'll see you next time. Bye.